So I want to come in here and have a chat about energy. I was talking to my friend yesterday and she said, gee, you explain it really well and simple. And so I thought, well, I'm going to come and chat about energy. So we all know that energy is everywhere. We're all energy, all around us, our cells, everything is energy. And energy is vibration and frequency. And the thing with our lives is it's pretty simple when you think about it, okay, and nut it out. So exactly what we get in our life is a vibrational match to what we are putting out to the universe. The universe doesn't know anything about right or wrong. It doesn't operate on if you've been good or bad or anything. It operates on frequency. Like your subconscious doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's fake. So that's how we can change circumstances, by going in and doing the memory change, right, that I've talked about before. And you don't have to, there's people out there and they charge a fortune for this sort of thing, and you know, to make it sound like it's exclusive to them, but I've tried to help people before with this. You don't have to pay a fortune to be able to do this yourself, okay? Yes, you have to be tuned in, and you have to also take responsibility and have an awareness for who you are, being a spirit being in a body, right? And to disconnect from the matrix while you're thinking about this and while you're looking into this, and like really, we all have this ability, okay? So it's time that we all stop mucking around and pretending and I don't know, whatever it is that we're trying to sweep under the carpet, and really face our shit and face what's in our heart and face what we're feeling, good or bad, in terms of it's all duality. There's no good or bad, it's just what we deem it as, right? Whether we deem it as good or bad. So it's just circumstance, it's just experience. We're here for this journey, the experience, and we're here for our mission and whatnot. So back to energy. Energy doesn't care. It just gives you what you ask for, basically. So what you're speaking in your frequency, what type of energy you're putting out, comes back to you. So I'll give you an example. We were talking yesterday, I was talking to my friend about money. And I said to her, I'm going to ask you a question. And I, trust me, have learnt this myself because I was in the same situation. And I said to her, if you got $4 million tomorrow from somewhere in your bank account, what is the first thing you would do? Or what would you do with it? And the first thing she said is, I would see that all my family's taken care of. And I said, right, and there's your problem, right? And she's saying to me, like, why is that a problem? Because that's really lovely. You're a mother, it's a gesture. Yeah, I get that. The problem is, it carries the energy of you telling the universe that you can't hold on to money. So that money comes in and that money's going out. And a lot of us, and I was in this same situation, I used to say, oh my God, Spirit, why can't I hold on to money? It comes in and bills or whatever will just come out of nowhere where I think I can save that money or I can keep that money, and it goes out again. And so I had to look at this pattern that I was in for years. And I've probably been in it my whole life, to be honest. And it was becoming so noticeable. And I had to look at it. Spirit said to me, well, look at what you will do with that money. The same thing. What do you say about the money? What frequency do you give off that money? You know, it's like years and years and years ago, my cousin said to me, and just sidestep, my cousin said to me, I don't know, I've been praying to the angels every day and asking for help and da-da-da-da. And I said, well, what are you asking for? And she said, I'm asking to keep the wolves from the door, like for money. And I said, and what's happening? And she said, oh, well, yeah, she said, I'm keeping the wolves from the door. That's a saying, right? She said, I have got enough to cover my bills and rent and stuff, just, but there's nothing else. I said, well, you're not asking for anything else, right? So the universe doesn't care what words you use. It only responds to frequency, right? So it's not saying, oh, well, so-and-so's asking to keep the wolves from the door, but let's give her an extra $20,000 because that'll really help her. It's no person. It's no frequency. There's no one up there saying, Kelly's been good this year. Let's give her, you know, a big surprise or a $200,000. There's no, it's frequency, right? people can't seem to grasp this. You know, my mum says to me all the time, I don't know, I pray to the angels, I pray to da-da-da-da, and just doesn't. And I said, but you've got to change your frequency. You can ask, but if you still don't think it's going to happen, or you're in lack energy, or you think, oh yeah, well, it probably won't happen to me because I could see it happening to everyone else, but no, then it's not going to happen, because the universe, again, we're in a quantum field energy. It just responds to what you put out, right? So I said to my friend, so I said, so when you're saying you're already, the energy you're putting out is that you're giving it away before you've even received it, because you're thinking, oh, I'll give this amount of money to so-and-so and this one to so-and-so, and you know, and they can buy a house and they can da-da-da-da-da. And I was doing the same thing. She said, well, what's wrong with that? I said, what's wrong with that is you're not putting yourself first and then that. So she said, oh, so I don't say that, but I can do that later. I said, sure. I said, what you should be saying is, I want $4 million or whatever, right? You manifest that because you, I said, what about your life? I said, you want a house. She goes, yeah, I really do. I said, you want this, you want that. I said, you're the one that is aligning to the frequency to receive that money. So you think first, right? And the wealthy people, they're not going, oh, if I get $4 million, I'm going to give it to so-and-so. They're going, oh, I'll go and buy a house and I'll buy a car or upgrade my car. I might take that holiday to Europe and I might do, they're just thinking of themselves, right? And they're the ones that got the money because they are not already giving it out. It's an energy. So you have to realize that circumstances with energy, it doesn't matter what the circumstance are, the story you've got around it, the narrative around it. It's energy. So the universe, to the frequency that comes back, it's just aligning with whether you are keeping the money or not. You might get the money, but then it's going to go out again, because in your frequency, that is what you're telling, that's what you're sharing, that's what you're projecting in your frequency with the universe. That when you get it, oh great, because then I can pay this, and then I can buy this, and then I can pay this, and that's why your money's going out. That was just an example about money, because that's what we talked about yesterday. But it works with everything, right? It works with everything. People in relationships that keep praying for a better relationship than their past one, right? If it's been abusive or toxic or just hasn't worked out or whatever. So they're saying, oh, I really want to bring true love into my life, find my soulmate, whatever. But if you haven't healed those wounds of why you energetically attracted a person or the people that you have in the past in the first place, you're going to keep attracting those people, right? It's not a matter of just saying to the universe, I want a soulmate to come into my life, right? It's about, I'm getting hot, my red cheeks. Doing these videos are not my favorite thing, right? But I do, my favorite thing is trying to help people that way. So I do them. I'm not keen on just looking at a camera and talking into it. Never have been. But anyway, I got used to it now. But what I was saying is, yeah, relationships. It works. I used to say this years ago, you know, to my friends and family members, like, you have to change and heal the wounds and the trauma inside of you. That is why you're attracting that person, because it's unworthiness, is why you're attracting that. So you might think, well, that's all I deserve. So you go for the same type of person, right? And that person is thinking, that person is actually aligned with you vibrationally, and that's why they're attracting you. Because they're not attracting their soulmate when they attract you. They're not attracting the person they need to be when they're attracting you, if you're not meant to be with them. But they're in the same energy, and they're attracting the same. So they'll attract you because that's what you're emitting out in your energy, right? So to attract a different scenario, whether it's a better relationship, your soulmate, your person, money, whatever it is, you have to change your wounding inside. You have to heal yourself and change your frequency. Because saying, oh yeah, I can't remember when that happened, and oh yeah, you know, that didn't go well and I had trauma from then. Okay, well, I'm not worried about that anymore. That's cleared. That doesn't work that way. And a lot of people think that's healing. A lot of people say, yeah, I healed that because I went into that wound and I felt it again, and so I'm fine now. But that's not necessarily the case. So many people jump in there, feel the wound and jump back out, right? You usually have to really go through that wound. You purge it out, you go through it, because there'll be a ton of other, I call it like the octopus with tentacles. There'll be a ton of other tentacles attached to that wound that have made you go in different directions, that you might need to heal those things as well. And it doesn't have to be a big thing, but you just have to face it. It can be in a matter of minutes. It can be in a matter of hours. But for some, it can be in a matter of years. It's how you look at the wound, right? If you run from it, or if your ego, because of fear, your ego can camouflage itself so well as, I'm in my heart and I'm healing. But really, you're not. You're in your head and going, well, if I go deeper into that, I'm going to cry. That's going to hurt me. I'm going to feel that pain that I had when that person did that to me, or when that, when my mother or father treated me like that, or whatever. At the end of the day, we need to get to a consciousness level of understanding that everyone in the world that has hurt us in some way, whether it be a parent that has parented wrong in our eyes or whatever, or not done what we have to do is realize that everybody just does the best they can in parenting at that time. Is it right or wrong? When we're talking abuse, yeah, that shouldn't happen and things like that. But everybody is doing the best they can. And when we bring more unconditional love into that, that's when we turn it around for ourselves and we heal, right? The longer we hold on to things that we don't want to face about someone, or we're in fear, or we're trying to get acceptance or validation, or get them to love us unconditionally because we're in fear that if we act like this or do that, whatever, they're not going to love us unconditionally, right? If we go down this path that they don't agree with, they're not going to love us unconditionally. So what? What's more important? You and your life, and what you want and what you feel in your heart and soul and the direction you want to go, and your highest power, like your higher timeline that's going to bring an incredible life for you. Isn't that more important than worrying about getting love from somebody, or, I don't know, achieving some big grand goal, or making a lot of money, or having the best job, or driving the fanciest car, or whatever? Right? It's not important. Who cares? You care, and you're holding yourself back when we give power to that, right? And we don't get to the point of consciousness where we go, actually, I'm more important, right? I'm here as an individual on my journey. They're here on their journey. If they're not going to change their ways, whatever, that's up to them. We're not here to heal anyone. We're here to bring awareness to maybe help them. Maybe they will. But we've got to stop trying to change people, and we've got to stop trying to change them to get... Why are we trying to change them? So that they'll do something that we like, give us some validation, love us more, care for us more, put us first. Stop doing that. Okay? Just stop doing it. So it's all energy and frequency. Right? It sounds like I kind of went off on a bit of a tangent, but it's all energy and frequency, and it's how you put it out to the world. So if you are in any of those energies that I've discussed, right? If you're in the last type of energy, where you're trying to seek something from somebody, then you're just going to go looping around in circles, because that's the energy you're putting out, and it comes from unworthiness. I mean, trust me, I know I've been there. And I've been there still up until, sometimes I go in and out, and I've got to watch myself of it, right? Because I might want someone to, whatever it is. I won't get into it. But we have to realize that every single thing, including us, is energy, vibration, and frequency. We can have anything we want, or so desire, or that we're here to attract in our soul path, right? We can have anything. But the reason we don't have those things is because of our energy and what we are sending out and what messages we're sending out. So come back to yourself and think, what am I really doing? What am I aligning to? What am I saying in my words and my actions and frequency around money, if it's money, or around relationships, or, relationships not just with partners, but relationships in connection to loved ones, connection to your parents, connection to your guardians, connection to your family, connection to your person, right, that's out there for you, connection to your soulmate, your twin flame, whatever, right? How am I aligning in that connection with that person? And where is that person aligning with me? Because if you're not together, or if it's not working in a connection or relationship, or if you don't, or it could be like a relationship with a friend or something, if it's not working, then you're both different levels of frequency, different levels of consciousness, different levels of growth. Okay, different levels of that. And you just need to align more. Like, you're like this, and you just need to align more. This is frequency. And as soon as you align more, the magic happens. So with every thought, every word you say, that's why it's called spelling, because they're spell words. Every word you put out, every thought you think of, that you don't even probably know it's in your subconscious. Like my friend, till I said that to her, she went, oh my God, I didn't realize I do that. See? You don't even realize, because you're thinking, I'm a loving person, and that's what I want to do. That's a really good thing to do, right? So you can do it, but just don't send that whole message to the universe that that's what you want, because the universe will go, well, okay, as soon as it comes in, it's going out. And that's what I realized for me. So you almost have to, we're programmed to believe it's selfish, but if you want to use that word, you almost have to be selfish to say, no, I'm putting me first, because I sacrifice too much and self-sabotage, right, for other people. That's what people pleasers do, and that's what people with low worthiness issues do. I've been there, I've done it plenty of times. I have to be careful that I don't jump back to those patterns myself. Self-sabotage can be the biggest thing that it can be, the only and biggest thing that can ruin our life in our eyes, or just make it not abundant, or just make like chaotic things happen, and one after another, and tower moments, and we're like, for God's sake, So energy is really, out of every single thing you do in this world, everything, your job, your life, your partner, your friendships, your relationships, your connections, everything has to come after energy. You need to be focusing on that energy, because that is what brings all the other in alignment. Energy, energy, energy. Energy, energy, energy is what you need to focus on. So start looking at the areas in your life that are not working for you. Why? And you think, oh, I've got no idea why it's not working for me. Well, start thinking about what you're saying in your head, and your ego just running the show. And your subconscious mind can be healed and reversed, okay? If you want help with that and you don't quite understand what I'm saying, reach out to me and I will do a session with you and help you. Okay, I didn't do this video for that reason, but why not, right? I can help you. So I have a lot of expertise in this. I've been doing it for years. Let's go back and help you how to change those subconscious thoughts, stories, drama, that everything that is just cycling to keep looping in the life that you're in. Okay, so wherever this video ends up, on whatever platform, on social media, YouTube, wherever, you can comment underneath or reach out to me, and if you want help, and we can go through that. Okay, and I'm very understanding, and I don't judge anything or anyone or any situation, because trust me, I've been there with most of it. But I do have a real passion to see people grow and evolve and master the incredible life that they want for themselves. And that's why I do this work. And that's why I'm still here doing this work. So, okay. So take care, everybody. And sending lots of love to you all at this time. And talk to you again soon. Mwah. Ciao.